hope you're doing well. In this video, I will be doing a plan with me in the weekly section of my Hobonichi Cousin Planner, and as you can see, this week is going to be a very purple heavy week. And just for the fun of it, I will be using my, I just had a brain fart. This is the Pilot Vanishing Point Fountain Pen Decimo, and it is in the fine nib, and the ink that I'm using is the Lamy Crystal ink in Obsidian, so it's a really nice black. Switching over to a voiceover for the rest of the video. It is very late at night, which is why I'm kind of low energy, but anyways, for this week, again, I wanted to do a really fun purple theme, and I picked out 7 different purplish washi tapes from my washi collection, and I'm making this sort of washi banner. And I don't know if I'm like the first person to come up with this, but basically a few months ago I had this idea to just make a continuous washi strip for each column, and I think it just looks really cool, especially with all of the different shades of purples and also the different metal colors. I think I have like silver, holographic, purple, and even rose gold foil across the 7 different washi tapes, so it just looks really cool. It really pulls a theme together and makes everything look super cohesive. So yeah, I just used my X-Acto knife and ruler to cut them down to size. Again, for this week, I will be using my Pilot Vanishing Point Decimo in the fine nib, and I get a lot of questions about why I don't use my fountain pens very much in my Hobonichi Cousin. And if you didn't know, Hobonichi is, or I guess Hobonichi has the famous Tombow River paper, which is wonderful for fountain pens. If you have tried this paper, you might notice that your typical pens might be more prone to smudging in this planner, and that is because the Tombow River paper is processed in such a way that it is more, I guess, ink resistant. And you might be wondering why you would ever want that. I should actually look into that, but the ink resistant nature of the Tombow River paper allows fountain pen inks to really show its character with things like shading, sheening, and shimmers. So first of all, I don't really like to use really fun fountain pen ink colors in my Hobonichi Cousin because I find it to be a little bit distracting. I prefer to write really simply with just black ink in my planner. And second, I don't always carry a fountain pen with me everywhere I go. If I had to choose between carrying a fountain pen and a gel pen, I typically go for a gel pen because it can write properly on a lot more surfaces. For example, printer paper, I find fountain pen ink doesn't work very well. So yeah, it's kind of just out of convenience, but for this week I wanted to just change it up a little bit and use my fountain pens a bit more. Anyways, back to the spread. On the sidebar, I put down an emoji sticker with a backpack to mark in that I had 3 more final exams this week, which was kind of busy. I then made my typical graph to mark in my work hours, and also a this week section to mark in all of the main things for each day of the week. And then moving on to Monday, I started off the day with some work for the Coffee Monsters Co. Again, I always start off my day with work, so you'll see that repeated throughout the week. And then on Monday, I had my RSM 490 final from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it was a 3-hour final, and I was honestly a little bit stressed, but I think it went well. So far, I don't have any of the grades back yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I did well. Anyways, after the final, I went to the gym, so I put down this really cute bubble butt emoji sticker because I ran and also did a lower body workout. And then after that, I did some more work for the Coffee Monsters Co. Then, because I had 2 more finals to study for, I studied for a few more hours, and then I also had to simultaneously work on new releases for Friday, so I also did a bunch of designing. That work emoji with the laptop is also for my shop. And then moving on to Tuesday, again, I started off the day with a lot of work for the Coffee Monsters Co. Typically new release weeks are really work heavy. I then went to the gym and put down this alarm clock sticker from Sweet Kawaii Design to mark in that I did a sneak peek for the graduation mini kit and also some corporate emojis, which were kind of fun. And then after that, I of course had more studying to do, so I put down this purple coffee sticker from Fox and Cactus. I just went to Italy and got a cappuccino. And then I did some more TCMC work afterwards, and I also got some fun reading done. This week I finished the book How to Avoid a Climate Disaster by Bill Gates. I had been wanting to read that for quite a while, and I rushed through it this week. I thought it was a really well-written book. At first I was kind of nervous getting into it because I read some reviews online and people were saying how, you know, he's a billionaire, so he doesn't really know what he's talking about and he doesn't have the right to, you know, tell people what to do. But I don't think that's what the book was about at all. He doesn't really point fingers and blame people, but rather kind of diving into the technological side of things. Anyways, I didn't think you guys wanted to hear that. So yeah, I just read that night, and then moving on to Wednesday, I woke up really early on Wednesday, so I put down this coffee emoji, and I also had a final on Wednesday. And just as a note, like sometimes I don't specifically write out what I did in my hourly section of the weekly planner. You can see that I wrote down I woke up at 5 a.m. but it didn't really match up with the time, and when I woke up at 5 a.m. I did a mixture of studying and working, so I didn't really feel like writing that in. Anyways, after my final exam I did some more work for the Coffee Monsters Co, and then I had another study session because my so my last final exam was actually yesterday on Saturday, so I had to continue studying for that. And then I put down this bunny working emoji to mark in that I had to do product photo listings. I don't really know why I chose to do new releases on, or I guess during my finals week. Like, I always just make things so difficult for myself. I don't know, it's really bizarre. Surprisingly, like both my finals and also my new release went really smoothly, so I'm really happy with that. After doing some work for new releases, I continued studying, and then I also put down this book doodle sticker from Fox and Cactus to mark in that I finished How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. And then moving on to the second half of the week, on Thursday, once again, I started off the day by doing some work for the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I put down this girl sticker to mark in that I wanted to continue my review for GGR 274. And then after that, I went to the gym. I have been very consistent with the gym in the past, I would say 3 or 4 months, which is really awesome, apart from a little leg injury that I had, but I have been very careful not to overdo it at the gym, so it has been great. And then after the gym, I went to study at the Manulife Center, so I just lettered that in with my brush pen. And after that, I continued with the Coffee Monsters co-work. You can see that my days are literally just alternating between work and school and work and school, and then a little gym session here and there. And then moving on to Friday, I once again had to wake up really early, so I put down this really funny dead sticker from Bubba Bear Studios, and then I basically just did work the entire morning. Friday again was my new release, so I had to set a lot of things up. I did a really light workout, so I put down this yoga emoji from my shop, and I also put down this nerdy working emoji from my shop to mark in new releases. And even though new releases is just, you know, releasing something, I typically have to spend several hours online just, you know, making sure stock levels are okay, there are no glitches, and I also respond to comments and emails, and it's honestly really fun. After that, I had to kind of go offline and start studying again for my final, and after studying before bed, I typically check emails once again because new release days are typically a lot busier. Moving on to Saturday, I woke up once again pretty early in the morning to review for my final, and then I had my final from 9 to noon, but it was actually a really easy final, at least for me. So I actually finished at, I think, 10:30 instead of noon, which was kind of crazy. So I decided to walk to TNT to buy some snacks. I also had a Zoom phone call with my friend, and I went to the gym to do a run. And then because I am now officially done with all schoolwork, I just have to wait for grades now and the actual graduation, which is in June, I believe. The rest of my days and weeks are just going to be work, and honestly, I am looking forward to it. The other day I was thinking about how crazy it is that I've never really worked full-time on the Coffee Monsters Co. before, and I was honestly freaking out a little bit about that. But then I remembered that I've literally had worked on the Coffee Monsters Co. full-time for every summer. So I had 4 months during the summer where I worked full-time. So it's basically just still the same summer break but extended. Anyways, I don't know why I'm so chatty in this video, but that's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the spread, and I will see you next week for another video. Bye!